Hi guys, I'm back again for the weekly oracle reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne, and each week I give a general love reading focusing on divine partners, and that includes all soulmates, twin rays, karmic connections, twin flames, and anybody who you're connected to in a relationship, basically. So you've landed here. I'm sure there's a message for you. I hope you can stay tuned and watch. Okay, now we are in November. And I'm really excited. Like I said, I've been talking about how much I love autumn, and November is one of my favorite months as well because it's all about gratitude. And we start to come into like a seasonal energy of the holidays, but also lots of love, lots of gratitude. And we've been doing that since last month because of the holidays, just in general with all the cultures. And in other countries, we had Thanksgiving in Canada, and I celebrate it because I have family and friends in Canada. And also the other holidays. I find that holidays are a good time to just make an occasion to just celebrate because that's what it's all about. I know a lot of you do not celebrate Thanksgiving because it's not in your country, and that's fine. You have to go with what your country is celebrating, but gratitude is okay. Gratitude is, and you know what? I'm not going to go into what we should be doing for Thanksgiving and how we should be celebrating, but a lot of people just look forward to Black Friday shopping, and that's been adapted in all the countries. So let's start adapting to gratitude. That's a good idea. So something to think about. I've been talking about this to other people, and they agree with me totally. So maybe we can make a movement. Who knows, right? Okay. So now we're in November, like I said, and I had a really great October. Now we're in Mercury retrograde. So, a lot of things is going to be shifting. A lot of things is going to be changing. I'm not saying that everything is perfect because really, it's not, but we have to make the best of it. And that's what I always talk to you guys about. Let's do our best to make it as the best possible month ever. I know that sounds like I'm a cheerleader, but it's true. When you do it that way, it tends to get better. It really does. It tends to get a little bit lighter. Not looking at the glass half empty, but looking at it, half full. It's a good way to look at things. Okay, so the first card that I pulled for the divine masculine is self-sabotage. I'm just going to show it, and I will read it. Oh, good. We got no light reflection, but it's also daytime too. So, okay. When you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. Okay, so yeah, you know what? We sabotage our own happiness, and that's a big factor here. Now, divine masculine lives inside both of men and women, so I'm not stereotyping this and saying this is just for the man in your relationship or the man's relationship way of looking at things, but divine masculine and your own peace has to come from within you. If you're having little voices telling you this is not good, you need to stop. You need to stop finding happiness for yourself. Self-sabotage is a big word. Divine masculine is starting to see that. A divine masculine is starting to open up to that. Now, maybe you're going through something where you're not seeing yourself in a good light because you've been going back and forth with trying to scope through everything and digging deep to find nothing because you're not looking at anything optimistically. You're not positive about your relationship. Maybe your relationship isn't going as well, and you're kind of like looking down upon it, like it's never going to happen. So you self-sabotage yourself from feeling happy. Maybe you could indulge in something inside your relationship. No more complaining. That's another card that came up. No more complaining. No more whining about why things are not the way they should be. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. Now, that's a beautiful card. I mean, really, it is. No more complaining. No more complaining. No more looking at things, the glass half empty. Just what I was just talking about with having gratitude earlier. When we do this, we take away our happiness or our positivity from what is inside of us, what's in deep inside of us, and we end up failing to see the true meaning of things. Now, maybe this person that you're involved in hasn't been giving you enough kind of like, I'm not going to say attention, because you know what, attention is, we give ourselves attention and that should be enough, but maybe it's not putting enough effort, and when they're not putting enough effort, you end up not putting enough effort. And you know what, the relationship seems to fizz out, but though you're hurting inside, and when you're hurting, you end up looking at things pretty differently. And I see this a lot. It's not about because this person is hurting you, but more of like you're hurting yourself. Think about that for a second. You can be involved with the best relationship ever. I mean, that could be your true love. You're the one, okay? And if you're not looking at it positively, and if you're not opening yourself to what could happen and what love you could have inside of you, you're never going to find happiness with that person. Seriously. You have to find the trust the process, trusting. A very, very beautiful card for the Divine Masculine. Again, Divine Masculine, trust the process. They're starting to get it, but though they need to get it also, because they're still sabotaging their happiness. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow your alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. Yeah, so it's time to trust. It's time to give in to what your heart center is saying. When you fail to do this, guys, you fail to pick up the love that you have inside your heart. We have to love ourselves. It starts from within. It starts from deep inside our heart. Trust me, we all get there. We all get doubtful. We all get negative. We can get there. Not that we all plan to. No one plans to be miserable. No one plans to be negative. I know I don't. But when life throws you a curveball and it's like, whoa, what happened there? And you can't help to react. And we're human. That's why we talk. That's why we communicate. When we exchange energy to each other, we give out. And when we take back in, it's kind of like, I'm not saying therapeutical, but it kind of like relieves our mind a little bit. You ever talk to somebody that was really, really helpful to you, like a good friend, colleague, even, somebody that you care about, family member. And it's like just talking to them, not even about what was bothering you originally. It's like, wow, like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, and you're like, why didn't I talk to them from the beginning? They made me feel so much better. Well, that's when you start to realize that you have to focus on yourself and not focus on what you're hearing, what the situation is, and analyzing it. You know what? This is a time with Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I talked about it before, that it's really good for some people. And you can make it productive in any relationship, in any situation. And even if you're a Scorpio, because I know it's in Scorpio right now, and I'm a Scorpio and a Scorpio sun, it's still okay. It's still okay. It's just that, there's going to be some challenges, and work through those challenges because there's a meaning behind it. The spotlight is on you right now. The spotlight is you to be challenged, but challenged enough that you can get through it. And then you're like proud of yourself and you say, wow, I did it. That's basically what trusting the process is. Trusting in what your heart is telling you. It's a lot of things is coming up from the surface. Divine Masculines, a lot of things, guys, is starting to be revealed. It's like you're starting to feel like something is about to happen. Maybe it's not right now. Maybe it's next month, or maybe next year. It's not something that you can really determine, because it's just all about how you work through the process. Everybody is different, and nobody can tell you or direct you to tell you what to do. Remember, this is your life. This is your life. And when I give these readings, they're just strictly messages coming from the divine, given to me to give to you. It's not coming from my mind and my 2 cents. I will tell you if it's what I think, because I am human and I'm here talking here. But mainly, the primary focus is the messages that you get, and it helps you to understand. And I know I get these messages from every angle, and you know what? It helps a lot to open yourself. Let go of guilt. That's first of all. First of all, letting go of whatever is causing you to feel you can't go on, or you can't find, the love, you can't find peace. That's guilt. You shouldn't be carrying on that. I mean, yeah, we carry on sometimes regret and like, why did I do that? Oh, I should have did this. I should have did that. You know what? Every time you go, I should have, could have, haven't, but you are holding on to guilt, and you are preventing abundance of joy to come into your life. And when I say abundance of joy, because when we come into this world as a child, what does a child do? Laugh, smile, be happy. Okay, yeah, they cry because they want to eat, but a well-fed, dry baby that is content is going to smile, and they don't care about, the way they look. They don't care about what's around them. They just want to be happy. That's us. You know what? You're a baby inside. You're that child that was first born and, just wanting to come into the world. And, we look at the world differently than we did back then. As a child, we let go. We don't have no guilt because we didn't hold on to anything, unless you are holding on something from a previous life existence. But that's irrelevant here, because it's all about what you need to work on yourself today. So when you're holding on to something, you need to work with it. So, past life, current life, future life, whatever it is, it's all about working on yourself. It's your general path. It's what has been dealt to you. The cards that have been dealt to you is basically what you're working on. And I'm going to read this card. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating, I can't read that, sorry, berating yourself for them. Yeah, so some of you can see it. I hope it's, I gotta find a way to make this phone not so mirrored. I mean, it's mirrored and it's showing it backwards. But anyways, you got the message. The message came in. Letting go of guilt and not beating yourself up about it. Not putting yourself in a place where you're saying, it should have been like this. Why didn't I do it this way? Because that's where the divine masculine is starting to let go. So we're seeing these cards with the divine masculine right now. Overall, self-sabotage, no more complaining, trust, let go of guilt. It seems like it's a lot to do with release and surrender. Perfect time now as we come into Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde is all about, the coming to terms with certain things and completion of what is inside. So if you're working on yourself and you've been finding yourself just stuck, I know I do sometimes, and if you're just stuck, this goes especially for the emotional part of it, because it is in Scorpio. It's time to let go of that guilt. It's time to just understand that this was being brought onto you for a specific reason. Believe. Divine Feminine, believe in who you are. And I'm going to read this to you. The force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible. The difference between success over failure, and above all, who you are, is the power of your belief. Beautiful, beautiful card. When you believe in yourself, guys, you're believing a whole lot more, because yeah, I believe in myself. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I think so. That's what goes in a lot of people's minds. I mean, yeah, we're all guilty of it. But really believe in yourself. Look at something, if there's something that you're determined to do. It's been X amount of years, and you know what? I've been looking at my life and saying, now is the time for it to change. Now is the time to do it. Do the work. Do the work. Another card. When you do the work, you're actually putting out part of you. Look at that. Makes sense. I'm getting a direct message for someone. Believe, do the work. Do the work, because when you believe in yourself, you automatically will do the work. I give you an example. Like, a lot of people have goals, and if you don't believe in yourself to get through those goals are never going to happen. Unfortunately, you can't make them happen. Yeah, I mean, believing in God and trusting in God and have faith into God with all your heart, because that's where it stems from. That's where it starts from. I always talk about, God comes first and everything, and you guys can agree with me on this. I know a lot of you are. But if you don't do the work, it's not going to happen. As it says, God helps those who help themselves. So, however you want to believe it, however you want to take it. Like I said, I'm not here to preach religion, because that's not my goal here. It's about believing in yourself. Do the work. Do the work so you can make it happen. If you don't do the work, it's just going to procrastinate. It's just going to sit there. Good time for divine feminines to get themselves moving. Stop looking at things so drastically. Believe in yourself. Don't look at things so negatively. I mean, we've been seeing divine feminines going through transitions where they come up, then they go down, then they come up, they come down. It's like a pattern. It's a teeter-totter again. And you know what? That's not the way it's supposed to be, because there is new beginnings. New beginnings, new changes. And it's not just because we're starting a new month. It's not because the new year is in 60 days away, or a little bit more, give or take. 2020 is going to be an amazing, wonderful, powerful month for you and me and for all of us, but we have to all believe it. We all have to feel it. We all have to really feel it. I mean, I feel it. Like, we look at things and we say, oh, it's a new beginning. And everybody says that for the new year, oh, new beginning, it's going to be a great year. Why was my year this year not as great? And we all thought it would be great. It was great. You're here today, right? You have a chance tomorrow to fix it. Every day is a chance to fix it. Every day, challenges come in. Yeah, this year, I have to admit for myself, was a bit tough. It wasn't easy. Had health issues, had lost my bear, and lost, a lot of things that I felt, like deep inside, emotionally. How am I today? I'm great. I felt like this all had to happen to get me stronger, and we move on from it. And you know what? That's the way it should be. A lot of family situations, health, family issues, like, if you guys follow me on social media, I'm just giving myself as the example, because everybody says, oh, you're just so happy. Your life is so perfect. I wish it was, but it's not. Okay. Because we all come through with different stuff, different issues. And, we can't all be, like, negative about it. I mean, seriously, because these new beginnings, when you believe and you have the faith, the new beginnings is there. Divine feminines, you can do it. Divine feminines have the ability to do it. When you don't have the ability, when you are not capable of doing it, that's something to worry about, because you're not getting out of bed. You're not letting yourself live. You're not putting yourself out there. You're watching this video, obviously, because you believe. Obviously, you're hoping. Maybe you're not as far as some people, but maybe you are. Like, everybody is so different. I try to generalize this to get to everybody, to reach out to everybody. But you need to just release that energy, release whatever it is. Some have a lot of jealousy on others, not jealousy like, oh, that person is prettier than me, or has more, material items or money or anything like that. But jealousy as in, why are they so happy? And why are they so content? And why do they have everything together? Why is their, whatever is still around and mine isn't? Like, those little things can trigger off bigger things, and I'm not saying that it's good, it's bad, but it's an emotion. Yeah. And especially now, you can't look at other people and say, well, they have it so good, because you know what you're doing? You're sending off a certain vibe to that person. And even though they didn't do nothing bad to you, you're kind of like wishing them bad. You got what I'm saying? It's not because you're doing it on purpose, and it's not like, oh, they have the evil eye and they're going to wish me bad. But kind of like you're sending off an energy. I believe in energy being sent off. So if you're sending off like an energy to somebody, oh, well, look at them, they have it just so wonderful. Oh, look how nice their eyes just sparkle, and look at their, their hair, and their, they got a beautiful car, and you know what? That's kind of like sending them negativity. Like, I hope they fail. I hope they get fat, or I hope they get ugly, or I hope they, lose everything. That's kind of like what you don't realize it. Not that I'm saying you, but when we have that jealousy is a big word. Okay. So I'm just using it in a big content so everybody could understand, what other people have may not be what you think. And then when you have it, you understand that I didn't think it was that big right now, but why back then did I feel like that? So, it's a message that I'm getting. I don't know if it's resonating with you, because I just feel these messages that they come through and I try to interpret them. Like I said, it's like a radio station in my head, and I'm trying to tune into it. So release the anger, release the resentment. Maybe that's a better word. Let me read the card. That probably help a little bit easier with us. Jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something. Okay, I just said that. And the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Let other people's success inspire rather than frustrate you. If they have it, you can too. So can you. So can you. Look at that. If you pause that, read it backwards, I don't know, but I was just talking about it and I didn't even read the card. I mean, I'm sure I read it before, but it's been a while. These cards are beautiful. It's one of my favorite decks, the Abundance Angel cards. And you know what? That's the thing. Release it. Release whatever resentment, because it is an affirmation. What we say from our mouth is being confessed. What we bring out is being opened. If you're saying negative things about yourself, you're actually trying to call on negativity. You're kind of like, I'm not saying you're doing a ritual and you're I don't know how to talk about when they say they're doing I don't know, something where they're calling on negativity upon themselves. There's a word for it. I don't use it, so I can't say it. And it's time to just use the positive affirmations. Be the light for someone else. And I guarantee you will shine the light. Like a million things can be going on in your life. Seriously. And I see this with a lot of people. And, like I go, wow, I didn't know you were going through that. I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know that. Because I didn't ask, for one, but two, because they shined their light and they looked so happy and they inspired me. And, my life, I would say, wow, I thought I had it bad. Look at them. It's not the case here. It's not about comparing who's got worse than others. It's about what you can do to inspire that person. Be that light for that person. That's what I try to do. No matter what I'm going through, we all try to just make the best of it, So I hope that this reading video resonated with you. There was a lot of good, powerful messages that I felt were like I was tapping into as well for myself. So if there's things in this reading video that resonated with you, take what does and just leave what doesn't. Also, if you know someone that can benefit from this reading, please, by all means, share, spread the love. I want people to, get the word out that they are loved too. And it's a good thing to be that way. Be a light for somebody. Okay. So if you would like to get your own personalized reading, now I do offer the phone, chat, and email readings. All the information and rates are in my description area on my blogs and websites. I have several different ones, so you can check them out, and also check out my articles. I'm going to be writing a little bit more because I know I've been a little bit down lately. Not down, but I haven't had the time to. I do so many things. It's like, whoa, where do I get to find the time to do anything lately? But I'm going to do it. You know what? Because I have so much to say, as you guys can see, and I'm going to be doing more videos. I plan to do more videos, more chats with you guys, because I love chatting. It's that Gemini moon in me, especially now during the holidays. It's always nice to communicate with you guys live. I like to go on Instagram. If you guys are following me there, I hope you can, because with Instagram, I find it more easier because you just pick up your phone. I used to do Facebook more. I used to do YouTube all the time with lives. But the thing is that it seems like it's hard for me to understand it sometimes. So I hope you can catch me on a live one day on Instagram. I'm posting every day, and also on the other platforms as well. I'm like everywhere. So until next time, God bless you all. Namaste.